Thank you to everyone who liked, subscribed, commented, shared, and tagged me in my last video. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate all the love that you guys have been giving me throughout this journey. We finally have a winner for this beautiful piece of clothing. And that winner is, drumroll please, Nick Weicker. Nick, hope you enjoy this t-shirt. I will get this out to you as soon as possible. And to everyone else who participated, again, thank you so much. Now let's get to what everyone comes here for, the food.
Oh, Stizzy, that tastes so good.
What's good, YouTube? Stizzy's Palate, and we're back. On today's episode, we're doing something super delicious. I promise you, you do not want to miss this. As you all know, it's the week of Cinco de Mayo, and as I was thinking, what can I make this week? I thought to myself, what better thing to make on the week of Cinco de Mayo than carne asada? I mean, it is such a versatile piece of meat. You can do things like tacos, you can serve it over a bed of rice, you can do carne asada French fries. If you're from Cali, you know what I'm talking about. Those things are so fucking good. You can make a burrito with it. I mean, the opportunities are endless. What we're gonna do is marinate the flank steak that I got from my butcher shop, which is right across the street from me, called Heritage Foxtown Meats. So if you're in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, I suggest you check them out. Fresh meat always, wonderful staff, always friendly and helping. Check them out, great stuff. Like I said, we're gonna marinate the flank steak. We're going to make a jalapeno lime crema sauce. We're going to put that all in a taco and have some wonderful carne asada tacos for Cinco de Mayo. Let's start with marinating the meat.
Grab one bunch of cilantro and rip off the stems and go ahead and finely chop that. And you want to get that as fine as possible. And once you've achieved that, go ahead and throw that into your bowl. Grab your lime, roll it out, and that'll help with getting the juice out easier. And begin zesting because we both want the zest and the juice of the lime. I'm using a microplane to achieve that. And once I'm done, I will get the juice out. So when finished, grab a knife and cut the lime in half. And I'll be using my hands to get the juice out, which is probably not the most efficient way to do it. But I don't have those lime juicers. You know what I'm talking about, those little things that kind of look like a garlic press. Anywho, once you get the juice out, grab your garlic press and go ahead and squeeze 3 garlic cloves into the bowl. Then I'll add my spice mix, which is 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of both salt and pepper, and 2 teaspoons of chili powder. And my first secret ingredient in my carne asada is soy sauce. I'm using 2 tablespoons of it. And yes, it takes the carne asada to a next level. Following that, I will use 1/4 cup of a neutral oil. Shocker, mine's avocado. And then last but not least, I'm using a Mexican beer because we're making carne asada. Why use any other beer? 1/4 cup of that, and whisk that all together. Once well combined, you can throw your meat in there. So we're going to take our flank steak. I'm using 1.5 pounds, but this marinade is good for about 2 pounds. And just put that in the bowl. And go ahead and make sure the marinade covers the meat fully, as you see. Once that's submerged, cover it and throw it in the fridge for 24 hours.
The flank steak has been marinated. That was super quick. And we mostly use ingredients that you all have. So this shouldn't break the bank if you want to make this yourself. What we're gonna do now is cover it and put it in the refrigerator for a minimum of 4 hours. But if you can, overnight, you will get the maximum flavor. So we're gonna set that aside, let it marinate, let it do its thing. We're gonna come back, grill it, make the jalapeno lime crema sauce, assemble the tacos, and I'm gonna blow your mind, just like I do every week. And it's been 24 hours. The carne asada has been marinating in the fridge, And it is about 30 minutes before we're gonna throw it on the grill. And I'm taking it out of the fridge to let it come to room temperature. This is one of the 2 extremely important steps to ensuring that this carne asada turns out absolutely melt in your mouth delicious. So the grill's preheating, carne asada's coming to room temperature. Kobe wants to say hi to you guys on YouTube. We are going to go ahead and make the jalapeno lime crema, grill the steak, assemble the tacos, and we're gonna try it. Let's begin with the crema.
I cut up 1 jalapeno in about 4 pieces to make it easier for the blender to chop it all up. If you want to use 2 jalapenos for more spice, go ahead and do so. I'm also adding 2 garlic cloves, followed by 1 cup of cilantro, and it's totally fine to keep the stems on this one. 1 tablespoon of lime juice, 1 teaspoon of honey. Bear with me while I get all that honey out. 2/3 of a cup of Greek yogurt, and then I will also add in a pinch of kosher coarse salt to kind of make all those flavors pop. Once you got all that in your blender, go ahead and give it a twist. Go ahead and blend that up and make sure all the ingredients are incorporated and you have a nice green color as such, and you'll see what the consistency looks like in just a second. There you go. That's what you want.
So we finished making the jalapeno lime crema. Well, it was supposed to be a crema, but kind of thinned out a little more than I would like it, and I don't want to add any more Greek yogurt. So I think the flavor is great, and what we'll do is just kind of use this as a sauce. So I think it'll work just as well. Flavor's wonderful, like I said. It's just, I hoped it would be a little bit thicker. I probably should have used a little bit more Greek yogurt than I added, but it's still gonna work. It's still gonna taste great, and we're just gonna rock and roll with it. So now it's time to go ahead and grill that meat on your super hot and preheated grill. Oh, and if you wanna go ahead and use a cast iron skillet, a pan, or your broiler, you definitely can do that as well. So let's start grilling the meat. All right, so we made it outside. Look at this beautiful carne asada. The smell is absolutely sensational. Like, I just want to eat it raw, but I can't. I got my grill roaring hot. It's at 600 degrees and climbing. I'm gonna grab some cooking spray, spray my grates to make sure the steak doesn't stick. I'm gonna throw it right on there. Close the lid and let that cook for about a minute or 2, maybe 3. I'm gonna get a nice sear on there, and then I am gonna flip it, and we'll see from there. So it's been about 2.5 minutes. We're gonna see what it looks like. Perfect. That's exactly what you want right there. Flip that over and let it go for about another 2 minutes. So we're about at 7 minutes of total cook time. And I'm about to take the flake steak off, grill the flour tortillas, and then we're gonna go ahead and try this bad boy out. Super important, make sure you tent your beef to keep all those juices locked in, and it's gonna still cook until we take that aluminum foil off and cut into it. You want to rest it for about 5 minutes. Do not touch it. So after about 30 seconds to a minute, I'm going to flip those over. Left those on there for about another 15 seconds, and you can take them right off. Let's go ahead and plate these and try the asada out. All right, your meat has rested. The jalapeno lime crema sauce that we made is ready. The tortillas are nice and hot. I also cut up some super thin radish, and diced up some red onion. Now it's time to build these tacos.
After your steak has rested tented for about 5 minutes, it is time to cut. And one of the most important things when cutting a flank steak is you want to cut against the grain. So you will see lines going either up and down or across on the steak, and you want to cut against those lines. If you cut with them, then your steak is going to be chewy and not tender. Cut them in as thick of pieces as you would like, or as thin as you would like, I should say. And once you have cut those, it is time to throw them in your tortilla and take a bite. The assembly here is super easy and self-explanatory. Grab yourself a tortilla, load it up with as much carne asada as your heart desires. Sprinkle a little bit of those diced red onions. I'm using red, of course, but if you'd like to use a white or yellow onion, that's totally on you. Top it off with a little bit of the jalapeno lime crema or sauce. It's more of a sauce. And then some thinly sliced radish.
Moment of truth. Let's give this bad boy a test. Taste test. Sorry guys, I had to go for a second bite. That steak is so tender, melts in your mouth. You get a little spice from the jalapeno lime crema, a little crunch from the onions and the radish. And when it all just comes together in your mouth, it's just a whoosh, explosion of flavor. Honestly, I dare one of you to find a better carne asada recipe because you just simply can't. This is absolutely to die for. Mwah! Krasavchik. And happy Cinco de Mayo to all. Cheers.
In the kitchen wrist, twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen wrist, twisted like it's stir fry.